Dear AMD, please get out of your own way. Like seriously, just this once. For those of you that are waiting for AMD's upcoming Threadripper processors, those would be like the 12, 14, 16 core processors based on the Zen architecture, you may have to wait a little bit longer. That's because Dell's subsidiary Alienware announced yesterday that it had secured an exclusive deal with AMD through which it is the only OEM that will be selling Threadripper based systems to consumers. Now, of course, there are a couple of nuances to the deal, such as boutique dealers will still have the option of selling Threadripper, so companies like Origin PC won't be affected by the deal. And most importantly, the end consumer can still buy the Threadripper processor and buy a motherboard and build a system themselves. It's just that if you are not into actually building PCs, you just want the power of PCs and you enjoy playing around with them, playing games, getting productivity things done, or you're a company that is looking into solutions with lots of cores and lots of threads for whatever your workflow happens to be, then this deal will affect you quite a bit. Now, specifically, the Threadripper processors are set to go into the Area 51 line of computers from Alienware. The updated line won't just feature AMD's processors, but also gives you the option of getting an Intel-based system as well. Now, there's really been no word on how much these systems will cost, but I hopped onto Alienware's website and spec'd out an Area 51 computer that was based on the lowest end preset that they had for configuring the computer, and then I dropped in an i7 6900K, which currently retails for about $900. Now, that $900 will be less than the top-end Threadripper processors, which I'm guesstimating around that $1,200 price point, but the system still came out to a whopping $2,750. I mean, seriously, Alienware, this is a system with an RX 560 in it, 8 gigabytes of RAM, a 2 terabyte hard drive, no SSD storage, and you're charging $2,750 with only a $900 processor and a graphics card that probably retails around the $110 mark. There's a lot of value in building your own computer when you're looking at these high-end systems like this, and once Threadripper launches, and I'm sure the pricing will be moved a little bit higher due to that Threadripper processor, I really just don't see the point in buying this computer at all. Now, I don't really have a problem with Dell's Alienware line. In fact, some of their products I think are great, and they definitely have an edgy aesthetic to them, but there's just not a whole lot of value in this proposition for the end user. Even if you're spending $1,200 on a processor, and then you're spending another $200 on RAM, and maybe another $300 on a motherboard, you're still looking at something like that $1,700 mark, so you should still have plenty of other money left in the tank to buy a really beefy graphics card, as well as a nice chassis, power supply, all the extras that you need, including storage, before you'd hit that $2,700. But again, the good news is the boutique computer builders, as well as the consumers that just build their own computers, are going to be left largely unaffected by this deal anyways. It's just the other companies that would likely be competing with the Dell and by extension Alienware, companies like HP that won't be able to get their hands on the Threadripper processors until 2018. Those are the companies that are going to get hurt by this, and the consumer ultimately also gets hurt by this because there's not competition in the pre-built market space for the Threadripper processors, at least at launch. And 2018 will roll around and they'll be out for other companies as well. It's just that we have to sort of wait for those. So let me know in the comments down below whether you're going to jump for the Area 51 computer with the Threadripper processor, which on the high end may retail around a whopping $3,000, or are you just going to build your own Threadripper system, or just not really care because Threadripper is probably way overkill for the vast majority of everyone anyways. Let me know down below. And as always, guys, if you like this content, give me a like, share, subscribe. All those things are super helpful for the channel. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Hoosier Hardware. Those are probably the best places to actually get a hold of me if you need to chat, tweet out to me, whatever the case may be. And as always, we'll let YouTube queue up a couple more videos from my channel for you to watch. I'm Shane with Hoosier Hardware, and I'll see you in the next video.